Hey there. So a while back I posted some yoga for emotions, and the yoga for sadness was not looking quite right like I would prefer to share with you. So I'm re-recording it and adding it back into the playlist, which is at good times. I had a post in chat just in the other day about being returning home, and there's always this little sadness that tends to be inside me, and it does tend to leave when I go away, and I'm still learning and discovering kind of why that happens, or what causes it. But with that, I thought it was a good time, and it's been calling to me to redo this for a while, to just move through some simple moves. It won't take too crazy too long to move into the yoga for sadness moves. So we're going to go through some balasanas, some downward dogs, and what have yous, and then we'll go from there. I hope you find this helpful if you are someone who's been dealing with depression or sadness, or coping and working on releasing these feelings. I hope you find this helpful. So let's get started. Today are going to be not anything too crazy. They're more traditional moves, but they allow you to connect with self, get into your heart space, and also open up for a moment for some release. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, I'm redoing this one. I just really thought it was important to share and redo it. So I really hope that you find it helpful. We're going to start coming in to a nice balasana and stretch. If you have anything going on with your body or with your knees, you can always take this down to seated and just extend and lengthen from here. Or you can always put a pillow underneath the legs or blocks underneath the legs. But otherwise, we're going to go ahead. You're just going to take about 2 to 3 breaths and come on to the heels and start to lengthen and extend the arms away to start welcoming a nice stretch into the body. And then as you lay and breathe in your balasana, you're then going to take your arms down, your hands down towards the feet. So start with just a couple breaths, lengthening and extending. And then at your own pace and time, move those hands towards the heels. And then start to take a deep breath and gently raise up. You're going to have the hands come in front of the knees or aligning outside of the legs, and just gently press those palms into the ground. Take the head forward, maybe lifting the head towards the sky to open up a little bit with your chest. Remembering to breathe, and then you're going to go ahead, take the hands out in front. We're going to lift up to the toes, going onto a downward dog. If this feels good and you want to stay here, that's fine. You can also keep a low downward dog by keeping the knees bent, or you can go into a traditional downward dog, taking the tail up high behind you, and then just finding yourself welcoming a nice stretch into the body. Maybe you pedal the feet, maybe you sway the tail. Gently allow those palms to press into the mat and breathe. And then you're just going to walk your hands backwards towards the feet, going into a nice forward fold. This is another beautiful pose and a piece to practice with getting it nice and close to your own body. You could always wrap the hands around the backs of the legs and just settle. Your knees can be soft or gently bent. And just come into self. In every pose, finding that stillness and welcoming just that breath work, that breathing into your body to find that release. And then when you're ready, we're going to walk the hands back out. The knees can come down and bent, or they can stay nice and long. And you're going to come at just past as if you would for a downward dog. You're going to bring awareness to the right foot. You can walk, step, or hop it forward, moving into a low lunge. So here you're starting to open up the body. You're dropping that left leg behind you. That knee maybe have a little bend to it. That's fine. You want to find a low lunge on the right side, because going into our lunges, is where we tend to keep a lot of emotions in our hips and our thighs. So it's nice to just gently release and maybe rock back and forth into half split and lunge just a few times, maybe 3 to 5 times, breathing through. Do what you need for you. And take a moment to sit in that low lunge, welcoming a nice stretch. And then when you're ready, once again, you'll lift up off the knee of the left leg. You'll walk, hop, or skip that right leg back, finding yourself in a gentle plank, and then you can drop down gently onto those knees and Balasana once again. You're going to welcome that Balasana once again, having those arms lengthened out in front of you. Remember to breathe. Then as you're breathing, gently moving those arms down towards the feet. Maybe your forehead connects with the mat. And then whenever you're ready, once again, you're going to gently release, gently raise that chest up. Nice heart opener. You're gently pressing those palms into the mat and breathe. And then you're going to go once again, whenever you're ready. If you want to stay in something longer, please, by all means, if that pose or position feels good and what your body needs, please stay in it as long as you'd like. Or if you'd like to continue and join us to move up, lifting that tail off the heels, you can always stay here and just rock front to back, or you have that option to take those feet onto toes. Tail goes towards the air for downward dog once again. You can always pedal those feet or do what you need in your downward dog. Maybe you take the tail from left to right or right to left. Take a moment to breathe. And then when you're ready, once again, you're going to kind of come forward if you'd like. You're going to find that you're going to bring awareness to your left side. And that left foot is going to walk, skip, or hop its way to a low lunge. Once again, take your time and breathe. And then you're going to lengthen and allow that right leg to rest behind me, upon the knee. And then once again, you can just flow from half split, forward fold, into your low lunge to welcome a nice stretch. Moving out any emotions or sadness or stagnant and stuck energy. Doing about 3 to 5, depending on what your body's calling. Then find that moment in the low lunge. Take a moment to breathe. And then once again, whenever you are ready, you can stay here as long as you'd like. You want to lift up off that right knee this time. Take that left leg back. Gently finding yourself on the knees once again. Feet to floor, back for Balasana. Then, of course, once again, whenever you're ready, this time we're going to float that tail just right away. We're going to walk the hands forward, coming long ways onto the belly. The hands are going to come out in front of the head. The feet can stay nice and flat. You'll bring your forehead down to your forearms. You can have one forearm in place of the other, or they can be layered on top of one another, and the forehead connects. A moment for peace and rest. Take this moment for peace and rest as long as you like, then you'll release your hands down by sides. We'll gently keep the hands connected and just keep the head tilted, forehead kind of at a point towards the floor. And we'll raise up for a baby cobra just for a welcome little stretch into the spine. Take about 3 to 5 breaths here, taking your time. Moving out any stagnant energy that may have gotten stuck in the spine. And when you're ready, you'll lift up and roll down the body. You're going to kick the legs out to one side or the other, and then take them around out the front. And here you may take a moment for breath in our seated staff pose. The arms can go down in alignment with the midline and body, Gently pressing palms and shoulders down. The feet can be flexed away. Taking a moment to breathe. Then once again, gently release. The arms can go overhead and then extend and lengthen for a seated forward fold. Still being gentle with the body. You might now feel that the tension and tightness has moved up from the hips to the spine and is relieving itself and exiting the body with every exhalation. So breathing in, allowing that to help creep into that emotion and awareness and feeling, and then exhaling it away. Rest into the forward fold as long as you'd like. Breathing, relaxing the crown. Just following along with my voice if you choose. You don't have to move every time I move. I'm just here to guide you. So once again, then taking maybe 2 or 3 breaths and gently rolling up the spine. The knees will come into chest and rock side to side. Windshield wipers to release any tightness and tension out of the body that may have been found. And then if you'd like, you'll go ahead, the knees will come to center. We'll drop out for a nice gentle butterfly. It doesn't have to go deep. You can allow the knees to fall out to side. Just take a moment to breathe. Check in with posture to help release and move the emotions off the body. And then if you feel good, you'll bring those knees right back into center. The arms can take a nice long stretch and then wrap around the shin. You can drop your forehead to knees. Moment for self-love, self-hug, and compassion. This little making yourself into a ball is a wonderful way to just really self-soothe. And then whenever you can stay there as long as you'd like, or if you'd like to follow along, you can gently release the hands down at sides. The left leg will go long. The right leg may cross over the left. We'll take a gentle spinal twist. So welcome equilibrium back into our bodies. The right hand will backstroke behind us. The left arm can go around the knees. Gentle twist. Take a breath. Check in with posture. Then gently release. You're going to take it to the other side. That right leg will untangle and release. The left come into chest, maybe crossing over the right. The right arm can wrap around the shin of the left. The left arm can backstroke behind the body. The vision can follow, or the right arm can go outside for a deeper stretch. Take a moment to breathe. Maybe close the eyes. And then gently, once again, allowing the self to release. Now you have options here. If you're feeling good and you're ready, or if you're doing this at the beginning of the day to prepare yourself for the hardships and trials and tribulations that you have to face, then maybe you just take a moment to sit with the legs nice and loose, or you come into a nice seated or maybe a half lotus pose to help just kind of take a moment. The palms come facing forward, hands lay on the thighs, taking a moment to relax the shoulders and connecting with breath. But if you have a little more time and you would like to gently release, you'll go ahead and extend those legs. You'll gently come back onto your spine. You're going to enter into a corpse pose, or Shavasana, or as I like to call, moment for peace, where you can just align with your breath and body, really fully relax, letting go, just kind of allowing your body to ground and sink into the mat or bed or floor underneath you. Now I will close with this, that you can stay in your Shavasana or easy seated Shavasana or moment for peace as long as you'd like, as long as time allows and what you have. You can always do this, practice again. You can go through or write down the poses and flow through each one, or maybe go back to whatever may feel good for you in your body, and then just go from there. And hopefully it brings you some ease and some comfort and some release of the sadness and some inner peace. So thank you. If you would like to go into that nice corpse pose Shavasana, it would just be the extension coming onto back. Those feet are nice and soft. The arms are out to sides. The head is wherever. Taking a few breaths and just sinking down into the ground. But if at the least, no matter what you have to do for the rest of your day, maybe taking just a few deep breaths, and may this flow ease you into your day with light, peace, smiles, and love. Namaste. So please do what you need for you. If you have the time, please find comfort in laying in corpse pose Shavasana or seated easy pose, or at least taking 3 to 5 breaths before you go. Thank you again, and we'll talk soon.